So, how's everyone doing? Sorry if the mic goes out during the recording. I'm having some issues with that. So, like I said previously, I was looking for a new relic, and I found it. It's gonna be the Devour. Since the changes it did to the machine guns, they feel very good now. Special, especially the Punisher, but since the price did go up, I was unable to get it. The moment I see the prices. As you can see, the Devour is almost the cheaper one, except for the Breaker, but I always say the shotgun, so no good for me. But the Devour was my choice, because if you see, it has a very good durability. Mass is a thing, ain't too much about it, but one thing I like is this thing. Of course, I'm gonna miss this shot. You do a lot of damage in a single burst. Only problem is the reload. The reload is kinda annoying. A bit long, but it has a problem. In the case of the burst lasts longer if you don't use reload modules. If you use reload module, the burst is gonna be a bit smaller. No, what can you say? A bit shorter. Yes, a bit shorter. For example, if we see here, it does really a great amount of damage in a single burst, so that's what I'm looking for. A really impacting weapon. Because if you see here, I bought this for 22 and a half. Yeah, that's a thing. I'm gonna get it off the list since I already have it. Helicon, I already have one. Not interested anymore. Not my thing. Porcupine, already have two. Very hard to aim. So no need for more. So next stuff I have on the, let me just the mic. Mic is giving me a struggle today. It works, doesn't work. Now it's kinda sensitive. So my goal was to get the flash, but since the price go up, I was trying to get for 23,000. That's what I had at the time. But as you can see, it fluctuated very hard here. Almost 23 like I wanted, but I couldn't get it. But the thing with the flash is that it is a sport weapon. It doesn't do a lot of damage. But even so, I had some plans for it. But maybe later in this year with luck, I can get it. If the price doesn't go too up. As for the Punisher, well, I'm still thinking here if I want it or not. Probably I'm gonna pass on it. Already have a machine gun, the Devour, to do the trials. Other than that, I'm not going to find machine guns. On the other hand, I still want my double nemesis, Typhoon. The Typhoon, it's a bit complicated. I don't like fixed angle weapons. I like how the Typhoon hits, but now not the fact that it's a fixed cannon. Reaper. Reaper, yeah. I'm gonna put it on the list. Vulnerability, 10 energy, not much. Could be worse well. Mastodon, already had a Mastodon. I first Relic, it didn't work out very well. Of course, it was during the shotgun wedge she's meta. Wouldn't remember when the shotgun wedge appeared in face you. In 8 seconds, you were completely gunless. Yes, but even with the durability of the Mastodon, during that time, I couldn't take 2 shots without getting the weapon off. I'm talking about the shard shots. Anyway, moving on. Firebug, not a fan of it. Like the goal of fire weapons mostly is to run run over the target, eat him up. So I don't think the perk makes any sense because I don't see anyone pushing a player beyond 70 no, 7,000, whatever, 70 kilometers an hour. English is a bit rusty today. It's a kind of weird perk because most of the people who use firebugs are dogs. It's just face hug, here's some fire, hope you die, and that's it. So I'm not seeing the purpose of using like a Satori cabin and some firebugs aiming on the sides, since the firebug has a very low range, not like the Scary. Despite the Scary was nerfed in terms of range. Don't know how it performs now, but I bet it's better than the firebug in terms of range. Scorpion. I get it what the Scorpion is meant for, but I can't use it. I have a bad aim for this. Oh, the Destroyer, of course. One of the core weapons. Of course I want it. Despite I'm not a great fan of using grenade launchers. Despite the Destroyers have a less spread than the Ranger. So let me show you the little matchup patrol. The amount of damage this can do. Of course I'm running a Helical on the top. And yes, it's a very weird build with lots of weird stuff, lights and decor and whatever. And a bouquet of missiles. This build I use mainly to do the trials and okay, alright. Very clients. As you can see, this does a lot of damage and you already have someone on their tail. Nope. Look inside. Like I said, this does a lot of damage. And that's why I hate the freaking walkers. Right. Okay. As you can see, this does a great amount of damage on a single salvo. And the other weapons I was aiming at, like the Jorgimander, also something I want. It's very complicated to use. The Flash, of course, is a sport weapon. like the Nemesis. I could use the Nemesis and the Alias, but they're very squishy. And the method now is basically sniping around, sniping out either cannons, sharons, carbons, etc. And I need some beefy weapons, not something I'm passing through a rock or something and getting it out. Oh, out. Sempre a mesma coisa, foda-se. Yeah, I'm cursing in Portuguese, sorry. It's kinda annoying, like, why am I always a target? Yeah, sometimes works, sometimes not. But you get the general idea. It's just a lot of this does a lot of damage. Also, I don't know if you saw the other video of me using augers or meat grinders, whatever they like to call it now. But the thing is, I find the augers a bit bugged because when you are turning, for example, you want to strafe. Try to strafe, sometimes it turns instead of strafes. Other times you want to turn around and it starts strafing. It's kind of weird to control it. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Another requested for 1,000,000. Why do you need the 4 legs? Yes, I have 4 legs on this build, but 2 of them have one perk and the other 2 have another. Yeah, without getting into too much details, as you can see, it's kind of fun to use. I'm still thinking of what I will do with it for CCs. I have seen a lot of builds on it exhibition with only a devour, but I think I can put something with the devour. Of course, it has to be a deal weapon or a very low energy epic one. It will be fun to put a turret with this, like a cobra turret. I remember when I played turrets, and Radar wasn't ready to see the field of battle. I usually put the turrets on the grass or something, like very well hidden, and players were to shut down for it, not knowing where the fires were coming. Okay, what we have here? That's the bad thing about this. Like, I simply can't cancel the shots. So hope you liked this little video showing my new acquisition, why I chose it, and my plans for the next one if I manage to get it in this year. Like I said, maybe it will be a short commander or a flash. I don't think I will get the punishers, but all depends on the meta because short commanders are a close range weapon, and at the moment it's not very favorable to use close range builds, either melee, shotguns, or whatever. So maybe the flash will be a better idea because I can see something like a flash and maybe a grenade launcher since both are hit based for CC and for the regular PvP. But regular PvP is very hard to play this time because of the PS changes. I could take a 10k build and you can go against 70, even 80k, which is very complicated. On the other hand, like I said, Flash paired with a Skadi maybe would be very interesting. My idea for the Nemesis was be like a hunter. A double Nemesis showing up on the enemy, stripping off the weapons, and next target. Problem with this is the durability of the weapons. They're very low. Typhoon, very interesting weapon. I like how it plays on. I like the sound of its firing, but fixed angle weapons are always a pain to use. Also, very heavy. Reaper, it's a very weird thing for me because to boost the Reaper you have to use the Tormentor. Why? Since the Reaper fires melee discs and melee is boosted by the Tormentor. There you go. You have to use Tormentor to boost the damage of this. Who knows? Maybe I'll get it. Cause I remember this was 40k, 40 40 no, 40k, whatever. So it was very expensive. So let's see how the prices will evolve after the freezing event. Freezing event now, the crafting event ends. So hope you enjoyed our video. Oh, one last thing. I'm going to do my videos with a bigger time gap because things are getting a little busy in your life. As you know, I work by shifts, and with my pregnant wife, it's always complicated to handle stuff around the house. She's already fighting 7 months, in about a month, in some weeks. Wait, no, scratch that. 7.5 months, so maybe one more month and the baby will arrive. So I have to seize the opportunity to play cross out, do some videos because later on it's gonna be very complicated. Despite I will miss some events like Halloween and other stuff that's usually on the winter. But let's see. Maybe the baby will be calm and video is good. Or it can be a bit nervous and give a lot of more trouble than we expected. We want this Earth to be well. And that's for this video. See you in the next one. Hope you like my butcher English. Despite today is one of those days that sometimes I speak a good English, other times I simply struggle. See you around, people.